I had the luxury of seeing what Riverside has to offer firsthand. I started an electrical engineering degree at the University of California, Riverside, was involved in the clubs and was interacting with the students that were there. So I knew that there was a lot of great talent that is in this region. So when we had to make the decision of where to launch the company, we either were going to go to Silicon Valley, which is pretty common, or to try to launch it right here, right at home. And that's sort of what we did. We wanted to launch here to source the talent from these universities and then also provide opportunity for engineers that don't necessarily want to move too far from home. We're developing technologies that will provide a backup to GPS for vehicles or even handheld devices that people carry around. Drones, they heavily depend on GPS in order to get from point A to point B, in order to ensure that they're going to land safely and not come down onto pedestrians or cars that are driving around. So if GPS fails, which GPS is, people actually don't understand how vulnerable GPS is, where you can actually fake a GPS unit to believe that it's in another location. And then also you have people that are jamming GPS. We're providing technologies that back those navigation systems up. So if GPS fails, they can continue to get from point A to point B safely. Instead of using cameras and LiDARs, which is like a radar type technology, and so StarNav is developing and tailoring our technology to support beyond visual line of sight drone flying now. We're now entering the commercial market where we're providing a more reliable positioning system for drones. We are using signals that are already in the environment, rather they were designed for positioning or not. So we're talking about cellular signals, television signals, Elon Musk's internet signals. All of these signals that are all around us, we build a special receiver that receives them and converts them into information that can be used for positioning and timing. StarNav has contracts with the United States Department of Defense. We are testing our equipment right now on some Air Force jets. We have some tests coming up at Edwards Air Force Base. We've had tests with the Army where they put our equipment on vehicles and drive it around, as well as soldiers equip it onto them. I think I must have always had something inside of me to figure out how things work. My dad actually used to tell the story that I would always dig through the junk drawer. My dad worked for a company that built parts that would go on the space shuttle, and so that drawer had a lot of really fun things inside of it, and I would build a little flashlight or a little switch flashlight system, and I took a wagon apart when I was 5 years old. I got some tools and took this wagon into pieces, so I think there's just this desire to always learn how things work, and this is what caused me to, probably proceed my PhD. In that PhD program, we were doing a lot of studies on this type of technology where what kind of information can you get from these signals that are in the air and then use them for positioning. And so it's sort of a natural next step to sort of take this theory that was studied at that time and try to build a commercial product out of it that can generate dollars under a company.